Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cindy and today I have another video. This one's more personal. It doesn't have nothing to do with nursing. So I just wanted to tell you about my story on how I found out I was pregnant when I was 15. So let's get to it. I remembered that I had a few symptoms. So one time I got out of class. I was a sophomore in high school, and the bell rang. I went out and I was waiting on my boyfriend, and all of a sudden the world moved. I was like, oh shit. I got super dizzy and I was like, this is not normal. By then I had already missed my period once. It was January, so I missed my period in January. My mom always asks me like, hey, hey, have you gotten your period? And I'll be like, yes, no. But she also like saw changes on me. Like I remember that once, like she was showering and I was in the restroom. I don't know, remember what I was doing because I didn't wear makeup back then. So I was in the restroom and she was showering and she looked like I know she peeked like her head out and she was like, you look different. Like there's something different about you. And I was just like,
I don't know. You know, me acting like I don't know what you're talking about.
So I missed my period in January, and then I remember I got super dizzy that one time, and then I remember walking to the cafeteria, like the smell would just make me gag, like, ugh, like it was so disgusting. Especially like the breakfast. Lunch I didn't have no issues with, but breakfast, that nasty smell was just so ugh. And I felt nauseous, but I didn't say anything because I was in denial. Like I didn't even want to think about the fact that I could be pregnant. Are aware that sex is gonna lead to pregnancy or whatnot, but you don't really put two and two together until it actually happens to you. I told my boyfriend, I was like, I haven't gotten my period, like I'm scared, like what should I do? And he was like, oh, just give it a few more days, maybe everything will be okay. At this point I didn't have no friends that were in the same situation as I was. My friends were making good choices and none of them were in that kind of situation. So I had no one to go to or like talk to, no one I could really trust other than my boyfriend. So days went by. My mom didn't really like talked about it, but she did notice that every time, like every day I came back from school, I went to sleep. Every single day. Like there was not a day where I would just go and do things regularly. Like every single day I was sleeping after school. Like I would literally like just lay in her bed and like knock out, or lay in my bed and like go to sleep. And I was eating hot Cheetos and pickles every single day. That was like my number one craving. So days went by and then I was like, I'm not getting my period. Like we have to do something about it. Like I have to know. Like I have to know now. Like I had that feeling. So when you're pregnant, you just know. Like even if you're trying to make yourself stupid, like you know what's going on with your body. And I had regular periods, so that was like my first one that I ever missed. So my boyfriend went and bought a pregnancy test. My mom was working, so we were by ourselves. Actually, we were with my little brother, but he does not remember now. And I was home, and I was like, okay. Read the instructions real quickly, and when I took the test, I was sweating, I was shaking, I was like, I, as a 15-year-old, wanted it to say no because I knew I wasn't ready. I was like this 15-year-old with no education, no future, I thought, because you think your world is about to end. No education, no financial stability. Like I really thought about those stuff. But I didn't do nothing to prevent it. Especially because I didn't have like an open relationship. Like I'm really close to my mom, but that was like a taboo topic at my house. So I wasn't able to like openly talk to her about to prevent these things from happening at such a young age, which now my daughter's about to be 10 years old, and I don't regret one thing, but it does make it harder. It does make it harder. Anyways, back to topic. So I took the pregnancy test, and as soon as it said pregnant, it was one of those digital ones, and as soon as it said pregnant, like tears just started coming down my face, and I was like,
oh my God.
I opened the door and I was like, I'm pregnant. Like I told my I want to keep saying husband because he's my husband now, but I told my boyfriend, I was like, I am pregnant. And I just cried and cried, like I was bawling, like, oh, I'm pregnant, and he was like, it's okay, we're gonna be okay. Like I remember him hugging me and reassuring me, like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be okay. It was tough. It was so tough. Days went by. We decided, we're gonna make the best of it. Now we have to figure out how to tell our parents. I don't even know how he told his mom, honestly. I don't remember. I don't know. But I remember my mom, like I guess he told his mom first. I don't know how, but he told his mom first. And it got to like his sister's ears or something like that. And then all of a sudden my mom and his sisters were like friends, and they were at the house, they were talking, and my mom like called and say, hey, she said that you were pregnant or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, your sister told her. But it was like a big confusion. Like it was a big mistake. Like it wasn't meant to be like that. It just happened. Like they didn't know, my mom didn't know, so it just chaos. So yeah, that's how she found out. And I was like, yes. And I remember my mom actually bullying me. I know she didn't mean to, and I love my mom, but I remember we used to go to those like big places to wash our clothes, and I remember her telling my brother once, she'd be like, you better help your sister because she's pregnant. And my brother was like, what? Like this confused little like 12-year-old or 13, I don't remember how old he was, like, what, you're pregnant? But that's how she found out. And then she told my dad because I was afraid, like I didn't have the balls to do it. I was scared of him, but he was so supportive. I know my mom told me a bunch of shit. I remember she talking shit to me because she was disappointed. I was 15. Like, you're not supposed to be pregnant at 15. But my dad was very supportive. He was super calm. He didn't stop talking to me or anything like that. Like, life just continued. They made the best of it. They tried to make me as comfortable as possible. But yeah, my mom told him because I wasn't able to. I remember like she held off to tell him a few months. And like we went to my first doctor's appointment, like my mom and my boyfriend and my little brother, we went to our first appointment. I was 8 weeks for my first OB appointment, and they did an ultrasound, all beautiful, because by this time we kind of just figure out, stick to it, we're gonna be okay, we're gonna be fine with the support of our families. That's how I found out I was pregnant, and honestly that's like the easiest way to find out. If you're pregnant, just take a pregnancy test. There's so many challenges we have to go through, but the only thing is we have to make the best of it. So that's what's important. Hopefully you have the support you need, and always remember that things will get challenging, harder in some aspects, but you have to make the best of it, because now it's not about you anymore. It's about your little baby. Now my daughter is 10 years old. I'm 26 years old. So it's just, well, she's not 10 yet. She's about to be 10 in September. But yeah, it makes it so weird to realize like she's growing on me, but I'm such a young mom too. So it's like, it's different. I will be adding some of our pictures like from the hospital and stuff at the end of this video. So yeah, that was my story, how I told my parents and how I found out I was pregnant, or how other people told my parents. Just kidding. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any video ideas. I am really excited about this channel to start growing and to start getting more more videos out there for y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.